Hey, good morning, everybody. Uh, Coffee and the sunrise. Hopefully today we're gonna be better together. I know you guys are probably saying like, "What's all that noise in the background?" Well, when I was in the military, that we call that chatter. You got a little background chatter. I was a 31 Charlie um, radio teletype operator. That MOS no longer even exists, um, but we took a lot of pride in our company. We were the first ones in, first ones out. We kind of set up communication between, like the big wheels in Washington would send me an encrypted message, and I would decipher it and da 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 and change it, and then send it to the dude with the backpack on him. So I was probably, 6, 8 miles off the front line. I never did any time in the war, but that was my job, was to kind of encrypt, decrypt messages, and I was trained to. I was a one-man show. I had a rat rig and all this electronic equipment and everything, and I did everything. I fixed my equipment, I serviced my equipment, I sent and received the messages. So that chatter is today's chore day for Benjamin. We already went out and did a walk, got a good walk in and everything. I woke up this morning, people, man, I was real sluggish. Benji had to come get me. Usually I'm up and doing it, I'm ready to go. And I guess it was 6:30 or something. Finally, Benji come walking. I look, he's right there in my face. He's like, "Dude, I don't know what you got going on. I hope you feel better. I feel bad for you, but I still got to go. So you need to get moving." So we were able to get up and go out and get a walk. But chore day, it's Benji's vacuuming. So y'all probably a little confused about that. Benji's a talented dude, man. But so basically, what we'll vacuum a couple times a week, and me and Leah joke and say that Benji does the vacuuming because we got one of those iRobots or whatever, or Shark. And so I'll turn that thing on, and Benji's job basically is to run from it, and to, if it gets stuck somewhere, he will eventually walk over there to it and just stare at it until I do something with it. Like, I feel like something's happening over here. So anyway, Benji's vacuuming. So we're gonna let him do his thing. But I got my captain's log stuff out, and like I said, man, I'm kind of feeling beat down today, but we're gonna try and keep a positive attitude. I'm gonna start off with, I already did my prayer, already been in the Word a little bit. But praises yesterday, all in all, was an okay day. I was able to get a good bit of work in. I got a couple of good hours in working yesterday. Probably spent about at least half the day doing work stuff for Windsor. I did kind of, I guess I crashed and burned around 3, and they got me tracking all this. So we're trying to track how I feel at what times in during this first round of chemo, in hopes that maybe I can plan when I can go back to work, at least maybe a couple half a days or something here and there, and work from remote. So probably next go round, I'll probably go in on that day yesterday. I'll probably go on into the office for a couple hours. And today I'm gonna get in and work remote and see how I feel. Right now, I'm gonna say that I wouldn't want to drive into the office yet today, but we're gonna hope that gets better. But had a good night all in all. So I can't do a whole lot. So yesterday, sitting around the house and got my work caught up and all that, and so I just kind of started moving some pictures around and stuff, because I can lift a picture. Nails was already there. Well, that went over like a fart in a hurricane when Leah got home. So, yeah, we moved him back. I get it. It's all good. So I'm going to find other ways to be productive around the house. Decorating ain't going to be one of them. And maybe I crossed the line too. I was trying to organize some things, and they was already organized. I didn't know that. It wasn't organized to me. I'm left-handed, so that causes me and Leah a little bit of issue. because I'm thinking off of this side and she's thinking off of that side. Like an example, she was looking for something yesterday. She kept asking, "Where'd you put this? Where'd you put that? Everything's moved. Everything's gone." I said, "You ain't looked for none of that stuff in a year. And now that I touched it, you got to have it all." But she's like, "Well, where's this thing at?" I said, "It's in the under the stairwell under the closet, second shelf." She looked. "It ain't on the second shelf. Blah 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 blah." I go over there. Well, actually, I didn't go over there. She came over there to me. It was on the second shelf from the top. She was looking on the second shelf from the bottom. So, I mean, that's just a prime example, people, of love languages. You gotta know each other, man, because that's just how it is. I love her to death, but if I'm thinking it's on the right side, she's looking on the left, you know, and there's nobody's wrong in that situation. That's just life. But anyway, it was kind of fun. We had some fun with it yesterday afternoon. She poked at me a little bit, and she asked me, she said, "When you got that doctor's appointment, when they gonna let you go back to work again?" Just kind of think about that a little bit. But anyway, so today I don't feel like doing a whole lot today, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem. Maybe I go down into the man cave, organize that a little bit. I feel like I'd be safe down in my place doing my thing. So I guess one of the things, you know, so I'm trying today. I don't know if y'all know this, but I like to drink coffee. I hadn't had any in a while. Last couple cups of coffee I had was sent out here to me by executive chef at Windsor Run, Patrick, and he came out this weekend. It was good to see him. He and I were talking and communicating a little bit yesterday. All right, Benji's on the move. Something got hung up somewhere. And he had sent me a couple bags of coffee. So I had to try him. This was a couple weeks back when kind of all first kicked off. He said he had seen my video. I was drinking that mud in the hospital. And I found out from my son Brandon, I think Pat used to work out at Shelby. So he probably knew what was going on with that. So he sent me a couple bags of coffee. And I use a Keurig and do the pods. So Brandon picked me up a filter and just different things, and so we filtered a couple cups. So that's the last time I've had coffee, because everything going on, I've been scared of it. So today, let's see what that says. Love you to the mountains and back, baby. We're trying decaf, because I don't feel as jittery today. Those steroids, it's been a step down thing. So today I think we're on the backside. I think I'm going to take 2 or 3 of them today, and then tomorrow be 2 and then 1 or whatever. So I'm going to try a couple of decaf since I'm feeling a little sluggish anyway. And I don't want to get jacked up too much. I hope that vacuum cleaner ain't causing y'all a big issue. Well, how about that? We'll shut it down. Now Benji's gonna be on a big break. It's probably gonna sit there and do that the whole flipping time. Go home. Just go home. Done with you. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Captain's Log today, or the decaf. I think I'm gonna talk to Brandon, because Paige and I loved his family dearly. I've known them for a good while now, but I'm always scared I say their name wrong, because that's a big deal to me. Because people say my name wrong all the time. It doesn't bother me, but I've seen people that, you know, it can kind of be offensive, I guess, if you don't take the time. But I think it's Paige Moik. They had never corrected me, so I'm hoping that that's right. But she sent us that coffee from Mexico, so since Pat just sent me that good stuff he had, 2 bags, different kinds too. They were both good. We'll see if Brandon, because Brandon bought me stuff to run that kind of coffee. We had to run it through my Keurig, and so then he pressed it. So what Paige sent me was beans. What Pat sent me was already ground up. So I got stuff to run that through a pod, and now I got stuff to grind up her beans, because I've already had a couple of it too, and it was good. But I might send Pat a little bit of that to taste it since he likes good coffee. I think he'd enjoy that. So, kind of thinking through today, and we just gonna kind of wing it. That's the doorbell ringing, man. What's going on there? Man, this place is off the chain. But I went back to the Better Together lyrics, because we are, right? We're better together. And one of the lyrics in there is like a cup of coffee to sunrise, Sunday drives, a time to kill. What's the point of this old guitar if it ain't got no strings? And I kind of relate that to kind of what I'm going through right now. When I first got diagnosed, the first thing that kind of hit me was, what's the point? What's this all about, man? We get put on this earth to die? So what's the point of this old guitar if it ain't got no strings? And then especially if you get put on this earth to die and you know you're fixing to die soon, what is the point? And so I was kind of looking at that a little bit, thinking about that. It popped into my head. And the cool thing about that is he didn't make it as a statement. He didn't say there's no point if this guitar ain't got no strings. He just asked you, me, us, what's the point of this old guitar if it ain't got no strings? And that's a question for you. But in life, you still use that old guitar, but what are you going to use it for? And so that's kind of resonating with me as I, keep putting one foot forward, and I keep realizing the continuous blessings. Because in essence, you could say that this guitar ain't got no strings, but we're gonna make some pretty music with it anyway. My son got me I think I told y'all this, a cone, and you kind of, because when I was younger, my dad's an amazing drummer, incredible drummer. And I had a buddy of mine when Austin started first fiddling around with different instruments and all that, because he can play anything he puts his head in. The guy told me, he said, just put him in front of a set, dude. Before you go out and spend a bunch of money, put him in front of a set. If he can't do stuff with both hands and both feet, then you're wasting your time. And now this was after I had been trying to learn how to play drums all my life. And I realized then, that's why I can't play the drums. I can do all kinds of stuff with my hands, or I can do some stuff with my feet. But when you need me to do it all, I'm out. There's just too much going on. I can't do that. I can't do 4 things at one time. I don't understand how people do. Drummers are amazing. So with that being said, I told Austin, I said, maybe, because I love to get out by the fire pit and just go acoustic and listen to some music. Have Austin playing, my brother-in-law comes up and he'll play. And a lot of times what we'll do is we'll sit out there by the fire and we'll have a DJ. So we'll appoint somebody a DJ, like it might be me. And then everybody else, if there's 10 people in the ring, you text the DJ the next song you want to hear. And as they come in, he lines them up and he plays it. So we all got to listen to each other's favorite music. And, so it's kind of a cool thing. And sometimes when we go out there, we'll play acoustic. I got a couple guitars and harmonicas, and now cajon. But we'll go out there and just play and listen. And so now I got that cajon. So I guess you could take a guitar with no strings, and you can still make a lot of pretty music, people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But I love that he asked that as a question. You know what I mean? He ain't telling us there ain't no point. He's trying to encourage y'all to make the most. Hey, Brandon's up. I'm shooting my video this morning.